They're throwing stones, shoot them, Itamar Ben Gvir shouts at the police. This far-right politician is in occupied East Jerusalem, making a typically provocative visit into Palestinian neighbourhoods. He could soon be a government minister. Ben Gvir has exploited growing tensions in Israel's mixed Arab and Jewish towns. Fighting flared in these communities last year after Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza.
You have to remember that we had riots within cities in which Arabs and Jews are living. There were riots, there was a lot of violence, especially from the Arab side, but there was also Jewish violence of extremists. They were supported more by people like Ben Gvir.
Ben Gvir has managed to cast himself as the friendlier face of the far right. He once advocated the expulsion of all Palestinians. Now Ben Gvir says that's just for those he deems traitors or terrorists.
I want to tell Benjamin Netanyahu that I love him. With the help of God, he'll be the Prime Minister. If we are in the parliament, it'll be a full right-wing government.
70% of Israelis now describe themselves as right-wing, a trend that is traced back to the Second Intifada, or Palestinian uprising, that began in 2000.
That was a landmark moment for the middle ground in Israel. Began to despair of the prospects of making peace with the Palestinians. There was this onslaught of suicide bombings 20 years ago, and nothing really has changed in the Israeli mindset that would push them back towards the center or the center left. Israel has become more and more right-wing, and the right wing is becoming more and more of a far right.
If Benjamin Netanyahu gets the chance to form Israel's next government, then it'll be he who decides if the far right will get its first taste of power.
Now, if the far right gets into government, it wants to allow Parliament to overturn Supreme Court rulings, chipping away at judicial independence. And it wants to annul a law on breach of trust. And these are judicial reforms widely regarded as allowing the overturning of the corruption cases Benjamin Netanyahu faces. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.